first. Wrong pants on for this shit today. That's crazy. This is crazy. I'm gonna use my little mouse. I like my little mousey mouse. Makes life easy. Come on, why ain't it working? Don't be irritated, Granny. Which internet am I hooked up to? Oh, well, that I guess. That's where I'm at with it. So listen, I went to work. I was gonna come back home to get my phones. But I'm like, no. Supposed to even just clock in early. How about I ain't even supposed to be there till 11, y'all, and I'm supposed to be at the hospital. I'm not even supposed to be at that location. I'm supposed to be at the hospital. Child, I know you lying. I just got too much going on. At least I wasn't gonna be late for work. I might not have been in the right building, or it'd be the right time. But I wasn't gonna be late to work. I should at least get an A for that, right? Or A's given for that? Crazy work. Can I get a good morning, y'all? Can I please get a good morning? I'm telling you, I just got too much on my plate, y'all. I got way too much on my plate. I need to get some stretch pants on or something. I don't feel comfortable. Can't believe I'm that early to work. That's crazy. And at the wrong location. trying to save the world. You see how it happened? Yeah, let me change. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable, kids. Ah, damn it. Oh, what else could happen? Ah, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me brighten it up in here. Everything you think of is going wrong. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting angry. I'm hangry. Come on, ain't the... Alright, is the Bluetooth hooked up? Like, what are we doing? What is the issue? Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's dark in here, y'all. I had to get comfortable. I had to put some boxers on. I'm not feeling this shit. I might not even go to work today. I was there early once. I just might not even go. I'm just over it. It's one of them days where you're just over it. Who is over it? Granny Girl is over it. Who don't give up today? I don't give up today. Yeah, I ain't even combed my hair. I need to color my hair. I'm trying to stay away from all them chemicals, y'all. I need to be doing something productive while I'm back here. But I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to be crafty. I don't feel like doing nothing. I just really don't. Yeah, I'm trying to hype myself up for this surgery, boy. I'm finna get bone grafting. Every time I think about it, it is so unpleasant. Bone grafting is the most unpleasant thing I've ever done, and I gotta do it while I'm woke and crazy work, y'all. Crazy work. Crazy work. Only if you knew the process. They gotta go. Let me tell you something. I know you think your bone is just like floating around in your body, but there's skin hooked to your bone. So in order to get to the bone, they gotta scrape the skin off and peel it back, and it's a horrible process. It ain't nothing to be played with. It's not for the weak. Then they get in there and they drill on that bone to remove the part of the bone that ain't no good, and the smell the bone has is something you will never unsmell. Gross me out. And I always want to look. That's why I used to be glad when I get put to sleep, but you just don't want to be getting put to sleep for things that you can, especially not now, but you don't want to get, just getting put to sleep ain't the greatest thing to do. I'm not no spring chicken, so yeah, it ain't the best thing to do. And especially when I've done a lot of research on this getting put to sleep thing. When your mind, heart, and soul just ain't in the right place, you definitely don't want to get put to sleep. A lot of things affect things, especially when you're older. Therefore, I'm woman enough to say I'm mentally not in the right place, so don't put me to sleep. Because this lady might not wake up. Her stress is just overdoing her. Like, for real, for real. Yeah, I got a good surgeon, and I've been dealing with her for a while, and she put me to sleep at first because I was really, really, really scared. But she's a smart, smart woman, real educated woman. And she told me one time when I came in there to surgery, she's like, listen, we just got to reschedule. Like, I know her. She's like, we got to reschedule. She said, I'm not putting you to sleep and you're under all that stress and you got all them problems. And she said, I'm not doing it. She said, I myself, I'm not doing it. She said, I'm not doing it. And she explained to me her philosophy of thinking. And she's like, look, I'm not the only doctor that feel like that, the only surgeon. She said, not everybody, it's up to everybody what they do. It is different when you're working for a corporation or, something like that. But she said, this is my office and I'm not doing it. So I didn't believe her and I read up on it. And then when yeah, don't put me to sleep. I'm good. No, ma'am. Don't don't do me. No, ma'am. Yeah, I like to learn. I like to learn a lot. I will sit there and I will read and learn till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like my passion. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter if it's something I know. It don't matter. Staying off the grid, that's all you got. That's your big dog. That's your power move. That's that's what you brought to the table. That's what you said. You obviously don't even know what type of woman you're dealing with. You don't. You don't. Actually, this granny got a whole nice body. Yes, I know you lying. I know you lying. I got a whole nice body. Yeah, I scissor women in between birthing my babies by men. Can you imagine that? Oh, you listen. I'm harder than you. You're below my savage pay grade. You are acting like a 304 right now. That works on other women. That don't work on me. It don't. You're not dealing with no weak individual. You're not. You're really not. You're really, really, really not. It goes to show what type of women you're used to dealing with. That something that lame would even work. You gotta step your game up and get you some better friends. Your parents have failed you. I'm just saying. It's a young, dumb conversation. What's the matter? Your mama ain't paying you attention? No attention? You ain't got no mother figure in your life? You need granny to love on you this morning? Your mama and daddy don't give a fuck? Is that what's going on? You need somebody to pretend they care? Because your real people don't care? Well, I can't pretend I care because I don't give a fuck about you. Where is my hairbrush? There gotta be a hairbrush in this part of the house. There got to be. Hmm. Lame. I can't stand the lame. Thank God my father did not birth a bitch like you. I would hate myself. I would hate it. It ain't about being the best of the best, but it's acting like you got some common sense sometimes. But it goes to show the type of circle some people keep. Let me take my ponytail and my braid out. Guys, it's not good to wear braids and ponytails all the time. Well, you can wear a braid, but it's not good to have elastics in your hair. I don't care how good the elastic is. People think it's just rubber bands. It's not just rubber bands. Any type of anything you're putting on your hair will break your hair off. I don't care how healthy your hair is. It's not meant to be pulled up and taut. Good morning, Cam. I love you, honey bun. So, Cam, if you don't mind telling, no, you ain't got to tell. I'm glad you're doing okay. I wonder what was going on with the Cammy Whammy. I said, I ain't seen my son in I don't know how long. I'm glad you're doing good. How's the family? I know you're glad you got all that stuff situated. Sometimes it's better just to do it and get it done. It ain't what we want to do, but it's what we got to do. The most of us are going to need doctoring at one point in our life, so you ain't the only one. I need to get up and, I think if I gave myself a facial steam, maybe I will feel better. A skin treatment. Cam, I went to work and don't have to be there till 11. It wasn't the C word infection I found out. It was a... Amen, Cam. Amen, Cam. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go to the doctor and make it do what it do. It ain't what we want to do, but our bodies are going to grow things and, you know, it just is what it is. You could be the healthiest person out there and anything could happen out of nowhere. I got to go to surgery on the 3rd. I got to start them stupid bone grafts again. Them things take like 6 months to a year to heal. I ain't even healed up from the last ones. I get so over that shit. It's not like the most pleasant experience by far. Yeah, Cam, I done went to work. I'm telling you, everything went wrong this morning. I done went to work and they didn't even have to be there till 11. And I was at the wrong place. I'm supposed to be at the hospital. I done walked in and talked to the people about 4 or 5 times. Ain't nobody say nothing. The family's doing awesome now that they know what it is. Now they're worried for a minute, but God heals and prayers from everyone. And I'm thankful to everyone who is still there riding for me. Amen. It's good to have a good support team. Cam, I started going to church. I missed last week, though, I ain't gonna lie. I felt real bad about it. Surgery goes amazing, grand, and speedy recovery. Thank you, Cammy. Yeah, I was supposed to go to church last week, but I was just, you know what? I'm telling you, life be life for me, y'all. I was just so disgusted with being that disgusted. I should have had went to church, but my whole Saturday was the whole Saturday. Come Sunday, I was just over it, just like, I'm disgusted with a person. I get it, life gets rough lately, and it takes up most of your time doing other stuff. Totally understandable. I'm running and gunning every day. Yeah, listen, it's just like I don't even get no downtime. I just got so many obstacles hitting me at once, and I'm like, man, what the Cam, one day on my way to work, I cannot make this up, Cam. I roll down my window. I'm pulling in the parking garage at work. I cannot make this up. I roll down the window about this far. I'm like, let me roll it down some more. Let me get some fresh air. I'm just going to sit in my car for like 3 minutes. Let me roll down the window. Cam, roll down the window. I heard this funny noise. The whole glass fell, and I heard it break, Cam. Now I'm pulling into the parking garage. I'm getting into the parking spot where I'm gonna park at because I'm about to go to work. I can't even secure the car. I can't even roll the window, Cam. So I go and tell my boss, I'm like, listen, don't fire me, but I gotta go get my window fixed. I can't even lock my car. Like you stick your arm through the window. I go to the car shop. It's by my other location. I was at the hospital that day. I go to the other location because I'm at two different locations. And there's a car shop by there. So I drop the car off. I call them like, hey, can you take the car? If a couple places say no, they just couldn't fit me in. I'm like, who can take my car and fix it now no matter what it is? I got it. Let's run it. But we got to check it out. Like I told the man, like I tell every car shop I call, I got one I use all the time, but sometimes you just can't get in there like that. Like I told the man, I don't care what it costs. Can you fix it in the next couple hours? That depends if I'm coming there or not. I ain't got time with nobody because I still got to go to work. So I go drop it off. He's like, yeah, we can fix it. I go drop it off. And I go to the other location so I can just have a building to sit in because I'm not sitting at the car shop. It's not that I'm too good. I just can't get comfortable there. You see what I'm saying? So I walk to the other building and I'm over there resting. And he calls me like 2 hours later. He's like, the car's ready. $1,000. $1,000 for a window and a new motor. Now, of course, they wanted more, but I got them down. Now, what was it 2 weeks before that, or like a week before that? I went into Walmart and I came out and my windshield was cracked. I was disgusted. Oh, I was so disgusted. Man, I should be grocery shopping right now. I didn't think about that. That's what I could be doing right now. But here I am trying to relax. Anyway, so I ended up spending two and some change. No, what was it? They wanted 400. I got them down to 278. I'm negotiating. I'm not paying full price. If I can negotiate, I'm negotiating. So then After, okay, it was the windshield cracked. And I'm one of those people, I like to fix it right away. I ain't got time. Then the driver's side window crashed down on me. I had to fix that. So do the math. We're right there already. We're like $1,000 on windows in like a 2 week period, week and a half period. Then the AC in the car stops working. Now, in order, my car shop can't fit me in. So now I got to go deal with a couple different car shops. Now, meanwhile, you got to pay for each one of these people to look at your car. So you're talking about a couple hundred. Anytime you're dealing with the AC, it's a couple $100. I spent $1,500 at one shop. I replaced the fan. A lot of times when it comes to the AC, I don't care how good the AC man is. You know, it's trial and error. Even with a couple things under your car, it's trial and error. I don't care how many years skilled they are, and they always try to fix the cheap things first. Well, when it comes to the AC in the car, ain't nothing cheap. So I got a new fan, I got a new this, I got, whatever it was. The man was like, listen, you already spent 15. Now this is a brand new shop I'm using. And he knocked, once again, I negotiated and got that price down. And I price quoted, and it is what it is, okay? He's like, listen, so if we fix these things, he said, I don't feel comfortable as a man. He says, I know you need, he was a real one. He said, I know you need your car fixed, I understand. He said, we can sit here and I can change every last part, or I can change out your whole system, 7, 8, 9,000. I can do whatever you want, whatever you want to do. He said, but I don't feel comfortable as a man taking any more money from you. I really don't. He said, I could. He said, but I just don't. He said, I suggest you take it to the dealership. He said, because I myself, we're not, he said, I like you. He said, none of us are taking this much. We're just not. I can sit there and get the price down all we want, but the price ain't never going to be what, nice. I go to the car dealership, Cam. And now the dealership is a little bit more, they got high-tech everything. A lot of times there's, on certain cars and on certain parts of cars, let's say I got a Chevy. I ain't got no Chevy. I got a foreign car, but let's say I got a Chevy. Certain things with the computer, something like that, you can only get done at the dealership. A regular car shop, no matter how brand name that car shop is, they're not going to have that computer software. They're not. They're just not. So some things are unavoidable. So anyways, went there. They called me. They had a whole nother price. We negotiated to 37, and I thought about it. I said, man, I'm not giving you 3,700, and I do know the things, I understand I'm be paying that price anywhere I go. I'm not giving you 37. I'm not doing it. I got him down to 32. I'm like, let's run it. I said, can it be done? I said, if I'm giving you 32, I need to drive that out of your building today by the time I get off work. If I'm giving you 32, there's no reason. If you can't fix it today, let me know, because I need my car. I keep going all these days without cars. But anyways, it got fixed. So I've spent almost $6,000 on a car in a month's time. So I'm just disgusted. But what can you do? It's how life works. And it's so high, I'm not finna be going without no AC. No ma'am, no sir. Then the dentist called, and I already knew I needed this surgery a while back. And the dentist calls, and she's like, yeah, we're having a promotion. We're giving $20 off. I mean, not $20, 20%. I'm like, ching, ching, ching. Now, 20% ain't when you're dealing with regular numbers. But 20% off of 20,000 is a lot of money. Well, no, not for the surgery. Let me rephrase that. Basically, what they're doing, they're calling all their high-end customers to spend a lot of money. Me saving 20% is a lot of money. Them losing 20% isn't shit. You see what I'm saying? Especially when I'm a repeat customer. The point is to get in there. A lot of people ain't getting those serious surgeries like I am. So that's like Come on in and spend your money. Why procrastinate? We'll knock off 20%. That ain't nothing to them. That's a lot to me, but that's not a lot to them. So they're winning. I'm winning just very little. It's a lot, but it ain't a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like 20% off of four, I think it's like 7,000. I mean, not 7,000, like 700. So, hello, Alan. So yeah, I want to save $700. I'm sorry, cause I'm like, listen, I wasn't ready to pay for no surgery. I just cashed out on the car. But once again, I'm doing the math. 20% off of four, three something. You see what I'm saying? Almost four breaks down to seven. Why don't I want to save? At the end of the day, I got to get these surgeries done anyways. So do I want to pay that extra seven and pay the whole four, or do I want to, I'm considering $700 a sufficient amount of money. The way my life works and the bad things that happen to me, after having 6 wisdom teeth taken out, I called it there and said, never will I go back to the dentist. This surgery, I just don't even, man. It's not what I really want to do. It ain't. But it's inevitable. It got to get done. It's happening either way. So, do I want to spend full price or do I want a discounted price? What do I want to do? It's kind of like a no-brainer. The way life is, gutting me out. I gotta, I don't have cheap problems. I don't know what it's like to have something happen to me that costs $100. I don't know what it's like to have something happen to me that costs under $500. I don't know what that feels like. Yeah, Cam. Oh, where is that paper at? I wish I had that somewhere in there, man. Them numbers they hit me with, and now listen, it was more than 20. I negotiate prices. So I actually be getting something knocked off before we even get to that price. So yes, child, taking care of yourself that's why I always tell people, what do you consider money? Because your money will go so fast. Anything will happen, anything will pop up, and your money will not be a lot of money. It just ain't. That's reckless the way they do things. Well, you got to remember, that's why they went to school. They went to school to make that money. Doctrine, that's one of those things that's just going to be around. It's needed, and it's expensive. Just like prices went up on milk, prices went up on that. The things I get, insurance don't even touch. So it's like, let's say if I were to get insurance, okay? It ain't even gonna touch nothing for a whole year. Some places might not even touch it for a whole nother 2 years. And then the percentage they're taking off after I go ahead and make my monthly payments to this insurance, basically I'm coming out more paying for the insurance and waiting for it to do something. So it's not like it's ever going to be fully paid for the insurance. It's taking such a small amount off where, like I said, if I'm paying my monthly insurance, I'm actually losing by having insurance. I'm spending more by having insurance. Does that make sense? Now, if I had different procedures getting done, it would benefit me. But it's not benefiting me. I still got to go to the dentist every 3 months. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, and that was $225. Now that's 413. So that's 4 times out the year. I think insurance will pay for that twice a year, but they won't pay it for like a year. And they won't pay for the whole thing. The percentage is so small. Child, just waste of time. Waste of time. It's like going to a doctor's appointment and they get a check just for checking up and checking your blood pressure and stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. If you go to the hospital, ask them for a breakdown. They got it down to the Band-Aid, the cotton, the gauze. Man, okay, ain't none of that free. That's why I say I don't know how many people have the pleasure of paying their own bills for surgeries and doctors and stuff like that. Whew, it's crazy. So a lot of things are considered. A lot of the surgeries I have to get are considered cosmetic. They all have to be coded under something and listed as something. And even though it's not cosmetic, it's medically needy. It still falls in a cosmetic category, if that makes sense. My dentist is rich. She is rich. Just imagine if I drop that, imagine how many other people. I've heard people say they've had to go take out loans on their house, go refinance their house. Just, man, crazy. Even for medical bills, it's just what really happens. Hey, Holly, being a grown up is ugly and it costs a lot. That's why when I sit there and I hear people say you got money compared to what? What is money to you? What is it? What number are you considering money? Yeah, I wish I can go back to my kids' years, but I can't. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Bigger money means bigger bills. All bigger money means is you can pay more bills. You're right. That's all it means. It doesn't mean your life situation is going to change. It doesn't mean you're better than anybody else. It just means you can pay more bills. That's all. Life ain't going to life you any different. Whatever we think it's going to do, it ain't going to do. Money can fix a lot of problems, but it ain't going to make you happy. Money can pay bills. That's what money does. It's the world we live in where we work to pay bills. The more money you get, the more you're going to spend on stuff also. Yeah, that's true. Because instead of you saying I can't afford that, I'm not doing that or whatever, you handle your business and you pay for it. So that's why I always say, what do people consider money? You consider 10,000 a lot of money. You consider 20,000 a lot of money. You consider 30,000 a lot of money. If somebody were to give me $50,000 right now, it wouldn't even take the icing off the cake. It wouldn't even do anything. It paid for one surgery and give me some bill money. That's it. It's not. It would be gone in a couple months. What is that? You got to constantly have just income coming in, coming in, coming in. It's just never enough. No matter what you do, it's just truly never enough. Well, sometimes that's what we think. It's because we never seen it in a lifetime, or you haven't physically had it in your hand. So it might seem like a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it is not a lot of money. If somebody were to give you $1 million right now, And let's just say somebody were to give me $1 million right now and I stopped working. That could last me maybe 3 years tops, 4 years tops. Let's be real. Let's do the math. Let's just think, if you weren't working, you got car repairs, you got house repairs, you got, let's just throw the normal situations that arise for people, doctor bills, this, that money be gone in no time. Rent, utilities, food, because you still got to live. That's why you hear rich people go broke all the time. Because now you got accustomed to living this lifestyle and everything costs all this money. You ain't bringing that amount of income in. What happens? That ain't the answer we want to hear, but that's the answer. In this life, you got to make money while you're asleep to be ahead of this life. True story. You do. The world is an ugly place, and it just gets more and more expensive every day. That's why I suggest, if you're young and you ain't got no kids, get you a roommate. You need to save, 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 because you're never going to have enough money. I don't care how big you think your bag is. In the grand scheme of things, on how life will, you're never going to have enough money. That's just, I didn't make it that way. Life made it that way. Right, I ain't got no kids, girlfriend, but I got my brother, and he been there since day one. I know, thank God for your brother. I love that for you. That's why I say, when I hear people bragging about this money crap, I'm just like, what are you... Life ain't lifed you yet. Like, you must not be old enough to realize, I don't know. I don't know where they get that from. I don't know. I have so many questions. I just don't know. That's how you can tell life ain't reached out and touched nobody yet. Because when you assume you're at the top of your game, you're so far from the top of your game. The reality is, oh, especially if you're a homeowner, that's worse than being a car owner. Things that happen to your house, man. And here's another thing with insurance on the house. An insurance company, just like a car insurance company for a house or a car, they might sit there and let you go ahead and blow that claim, but once you get a certain amount, they're dropping you, because it's not cheaper to keep you. You're digging in their pockets, and when they got to spend more than what you've paid them, and then you get to the point where don't no insurance want to cover you. Let's say you already used your insurance to get your roof done. Okay, now something else happened. Now you got to come out your pocket. AC in the house breakdown. You got to come out your pocket. The whole house needs repiped, but you've already used that part of the insurance. You've been dropped. Now, I mean, your insurance company will drop you with no problem. It happens to people with car insurance all the time. I remember my dad's house got burnt down. Natural thing. It was hard for him to even insure that house after that with any company, because you're seen as a liability. Even though it wasn't your fault, it goes to show that there's something wrong with the integrity of that product. And the insurance company is going to look at you like a red flag, like, hey, boy, we insure you. We might have to drop a bag, and it's going to be more than what you spent with us, and we ain't willing to do that. That's why you see the younger children, their car insurance costs more. Because the insurance company's like, hey, this is going to crash. It's going to do this, going to do that. We're going to have to cash out. And this is going to be way more than, it's all a numbers game. That makes me not want money or anything to do with it, but you got to eat. Yeah, you got to have, we live in a society where things cost. It is what it is. I didn't think about that. I should have went shopping. I like to use my time wisely. I should have went shopping, got my groceries, brought them home, and then afterwards I wouldn't have to go shopping. I need to get it together. I'm like, no, let me come home and relax. I don't feel like doing nothing. Crazy. I did not plan that out. All right, listen, let me start my day. I got to at least try to get this shopping done. I might not even make it, but I got a project I got to work on around here. I got to do something. I just can't sit here and not do nothing. I ain't got to be work till 11. I got to accomplish something. Love you, son. Have a good day.